Nah, I've been chilling. I've been chilling. I've been sitting back chilling and waiting on my moment. But it's a lot of people going against me. I can't wait to shut them up.
En lo que viene representando esta pelea, sabemos que es una pelea grande e importante, entonces hemos venido trabajando eso.
He's ready, he's focused, he came in ready to represent himself in Mexico and pretty much do what he can in this fight.
Gervonta Davis just dropped a bomb, claiming Shakur Stevenson is being lined up for failure in his showdown against William Zepeda. This claim stems from Turki Alalsheikh's post on X, where he wrote, "I will be very upset if Berlanga and Zepeda knock out Shiraz and Shakur. We have big plans for Shiraz and Shakur, and this result would be a complete disaster." Reflecting on Turki's tweet, Stevenson kept it level-headed. He admitted he isn't sure how much weight to put behind Turki's words, or whether that's truly how he feels about the stakes. For Stevenson, none of that changes what matters most, staying locked in on the job at hand. And at the end of the day, all the talk means nothing once the bell rings.
How do you react to that tweet from Turkey in the past couple days that's like, man, I Shiraz and Shakur doesn't get upset. We got big plans, baby. I don't think I've seen people tweet like that before. What was your reaction?
I mean, I just don't know how real it is. I have no clue if that's how he really feel, or like which side is he. I don't know. So at the end of the day, all I can focus on is my job and what I got at hand, and I know that I'm coming in there to make sure that none of that happens. So, I mean, I enjoy somebody that want to make the best and biggest fights happen. So I've been calling for the Zepeda fight for probably like 2 to 3 years now, and finally it's been made. So I appreciate it for it.
However, in response to doubters, Shakur Stevenson made his feelings clear. Shakur stated that he knows plenty of people are questioning whether he's still got it, and he's eager to prove every one of them wrong. Shakur adds that he can't wait to step through the ropes, handle business, and silence his long-term haters.
It's a lot of people going against me. I can't wait to shut them up.
Okay. I mean, I saw you send Coppinger to hell, and I was here for that too. I mean, what was going on there,
I mean, Coppinger, he's just a fake individual. He try to talk a lot of shit about you on the internet and all of that stuff, but when he see you, he want to be cool and nice. And I just don't stand for shit like that. Fuck them. They don't fucking matter. They not the ones getting in that ring. I don't gotta stand and fight somebody else's fight. I fight my own fight, and if I feel like standing there and fighting that fight, I'm doing that because I know I can win that fight. So at the end of the day, it matters who come out victorious. I'm not worried about what somebody else say and all of these rules that they trying to fake put out, and them. I don't want to hear that shit.
Building on that, Shakur Stevenson added that when the critics get loud, it only awakens a monster inside him, pushing him to dig deeper and prove exactly why he's one of the top guys in the division.
Nah, I mean, not mentally, no. I don't think I ever felt like this mentally. I think, like I said, there's a lot of doubters, there's a lot of people that's going against me. And when that happens, I think they waking up a monster.
I'm about to see this monster come out here.
Yeah, everybody forgot who I am. They forget that I'm really the truth. They seen me perform. They seen me go out there and whoop ass at 130 pounds. I unified. I had the Ring magazine belt. Everybody forgot. Everybody forgot since I got to 135. But I'm here to remind them.
All right.
In addition, Stevenson warned William that he is not coming there just to put on a performance, but rather, he will make sure that Zepeda never forgets him. Adding on, he promised to deliver and hurt Zepeda with a dominant performance.
It sounds like that's what they want me to do. So the thing is, I'm coming in there to put on a performance. I'm not focused on doing one thing. I'm not focused on standing there fighting. I'm not focused on boxing. I'm coming in there to put on the best performance of my career. And July 12th, Zepeda is going to remember my name.
On the other side of the ring, William Zepeda made it clear he understands exactly what's at stake when he steps in against Shakur Stevenson. Zepeda said he knows that this fight is big and important, not just for him, but for what it represents in the division. That's why he's been laser focused in camp, putting everything he's got into his preparation. For Zepeda, this is the moment to show he belongs on the biggest stage.
No, pues estoy muy bien. Vengo concentrado en lo que viene representando esta pelea. Sabemos que es una pelea grande e importante, entonces hemos venido trabajando eso.
He's ready, he's focused, he came in ready to represent himself in Mexico and pretty much do what he can in this fight.
Adding to the notion that Turkey wants fireworks and not a cat and mouse chase, William did not hold back about what he plans to bring into the ring. He stated that he is well aware of Shakur's fighting style, which involves a lot of movement and counter punching. However, Zepeda was firm in stating that he is not coming to play and is ready to bring his best foot forward. He stated that he wants to stand his ground, be aggressive against Shakur, and brawl. He hopes to give the boxing fans what they are looking for.
Sabemos cuál es el estilo de Shakur, lo que él lo representa, de su estilo de moverse y contragolpear. Nos preparamos para eso, pero si él quiere pararse a dar espectáculo, una pelea competitiva, pues estamos muy bien para eso.
He studies Shakur's fighting style. He knows what he's getting himself into. He's ready for the fight.
Ha mencionado que viene con esa intención de ser agresivo, pararse a intercambiar golpes, pero si es así, al contrario, a nosotros nos beneficia.
He's prepared. There's been hearsay and rumors that that could possibly happen, but at the end of the day, he's ready.
Building on that, Showbiz the Adult weighed in on why the no running can add so much spice to the mix. He broke it down using video games as examples. He explained that when a fighter spends too much time moving around the ring, it kills the excitement.
Hear me out. It's just like fighting video games. You guys hear me good. Okay? Because I've been a gamer for a long time, since I was a kid. There was a time where you would play a certain fighting game and you go online and you have those gamers who will pick a character who has a crazy high-low projectile and they'll sit on the other side of the board. You guys know what I'm talking about. They bit, and you got to try to get to them, and then they flip on the other side, do the whole thing again. There's no timer. The timer's infinity. You got to work on this shit. They ain't nice. They don't know combos. They don't know how to do it. They pick a certain character who can shoot projectiles high and low and spam them shits.
According to Showbiz, this rule changes that dynamic completely. It forces fighters to stand their ground, trade shots, and actually brawl. In his eyes, it's a rule that guarantees action and keeps the fans on the edge of their seats.
Same shit. What they did to fix that, the gaming world, they had different ways of doing it. So they can do that all they want. They gotta get nice now. You can't be on the other side of the stage doing this. Now you gotta learn how to actually fight.
Furthermore, Boxing Ego highlighted an interesting wrinkle in the build-up that Turkey made it known that when Shakur Stevenson steps in against William Zepeda, the ring won't be the safe haven Shakur's used to, it'll be shrinking as the rounds go on. In addition to that, he also questioned why Shakur, with his pedigree and profile, isn't even the main event.
Well. Turkey is back at it again with Shakur Stevenson, as he only told Shakur that the ring is gonna be shrinking, the one that he's gonna be fighting in against William Zepeda come July 12th. At this point, my only question is, why not make Shakur the main event then? Since Turkey is only talking about Shakur and keeps talking about Shakur, he's not warning Hamza Shiraz about the ring shrinking against Edgar Berlanga, since he was the one moving around his last fight when he had a draw against Adam.
However, Ego didn't stop at the shrinking ring angle. He questioned why Turkey seemed to be putting all the pressure on Stevenson alone. He further pointed out that in recent fights, Shakur has shown that he can be more of an aggressor than Turkey's favorite fighters.
It's hella strange to only keep warning Shakur when Shakur last two fights, he was the aggressive fighter in the ring. In fact, Shakur, majority of his fights, he was the aggressive fighter in the freaking fight. Shakur last couple fights, he was way more aggressive than Hamza Shiraz. But again, Turkey only keeps warning Shakur. Now, Turkey stated, quote, "We have a surprise for Shakur on Saturday. A ring that shrinks as the fight goes on. Devil emoji." Shakur says he is ready to deliver a beatdown of William Zepeda. And I know the Mexican is prepared for the challenge of the biggest fight of his life.
Building on that criticism, Boxing Ego added that he was shocked by the racism and disrespect Shakur has faced from the Ring and Turki Al-Sheikh. He argued that both the Ring magazine and Turki seemed to be deliberately undermining Shakur's standing, even highlighting how Shakur was initially left out of the rankings.
When I was reading what Turki was saying about Shakur, I was under the impression Turki was about to give Shakur some type of ring award, like a belt or something like that, for all of the disrespect Shakur has been receiving from the Ring magazine. When it comes to the pound-for-pound rankings, the racist reporters that work for the Ring magazine, they disrespectfully left Shakur out of the pound-for-pound top 10. A 3-division undefeated champion, a boogeyman that wants all of the smoke, a fighter under Eddie Hearn and Turki, a fighter under the Ring magazine pretty much, one of the most dominant fighters in boxing today.
Meanwhile, Gervonta Tank Davis flatly stated that in his eyes, Shakur hasn't accomplished anything truly significant yet and still has a long road ahead if he wants to be mentioned among boxing's elite.
Who have Shakur, what have Shakur done? What have he done in the sport? He haven't done nothing. The young one is looking more better than him.
Adding fuel to the fire, Tank disses his fighting style, saying that Shakur has no defense or offense. He believes that Shakur will be hit no matter what he does and will eventually get knocked down.
Y'all keep saying his name for?
So what do you say to those who might be saying that, Tank is afraid of Shakur?
Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Us fighters, if we're afraid of somebody, it gotta be somebody hitting us and hurting us. Like, he don't have no offense. Everything is defense. Defense only win in basketball and football. That shit win in boxing. He didn't even have power at 126, 30 or none of that.
He is good.
Okay. How can you, all that's just okay. How can you stop people that can actually hit? No matter all that boxing, you gonna get hit. What you gonna do when you get hit?
However, Davis didn't pull any punches when giving his take on Stevenson, Zepeda, and Turki's influence behind the scene. Tank claimed that by aligning with Turki, these fighters are selling themselves short. He states that Turki is setting them up.
Yeah, but it's like people selling themselves. Like, even the picture where everybody was in the room. That shit look like some devil shit. Facts though, like, yeah. That shit like some devil shit. Like they sold that soul.
Although Turki didn't waste time firing back at Gervonta Davis's sharp words, he made it clear he has no issue working with Tank as long as Davis shows respect for the sport and the people investing in it. Turki also brushed off Tank's claim that he's setting fighters up for failure, suggesting that if Tank's outburst is just loyalty to Al Heyman talking, even that could be worked out.
I don't have a problem with him or any fighters. Yeah. If he respects what we are doing to the boxing, I don't have any problem. And if he want the green light from Heyman, we work with Heyman now. Correct. In each card we have 1 or 2 fights with him. It depends about him. If he want to enjoy the fast train for the glory, he know where he can search. Yeah. And of course, I like and I respect the loyalty for his partner Heyman.
Interestingly, he acknowledged Tank as a great fighter, but asked him to be mindful and respectful of what they are doing for the sport.
And he's good fighter. He's good fighter, but he need to understand that what we are doing is important for boxing. We work with who respect us, and we have a tough fight.
Coming back to the fight at hand, William Zepeda shed light on exactly how he plans to find success against a slick operator like Shakur Stevenson. He broke it down simply that the key would be neutralizing Shakur's counterattacks and overwhelming him with sheer punch volume. Zepeda implied his style for this fight will be sharp, alert, and relentless.
Para ti, ¿qué es la clave para salir adelante en esta pelea?
Cuidarse de sus contragolpes, trabajar al cuerpo y el volumen de golpes.
Watch out for counter his strikes. Watch out for any movement he has, any counters he may have, and just be ready.
However, Shakur stated that he knows what William brings to the table. He noted that Zepeda throws massive punches. He stated that William will try to make it look like he is winning the fight because of how many punches he throws.
I mean, I already prepared for it, but this is a guy who comes in and he throws a billion punches around, and he's going to try to win with volume and make it look like he's winning the fight to the judges, whether he's winning or not. Even when I watched him fight Tevin Farmer, I felt as though Tevin should have got a lot of them rounds, but he wasn't getting them rounds because of the volume of Zepeda. So I'm just getting ready for a guy who's coming in and throwing a lot of punches. Superstardom. I know that I'm right there. I'm on that verge of like reaching superstardom. So with that being said, come fight night, I'm going in there and I'm putting on a superstar performance. I gotta perform like a superstar. I gotta just be myself.
I mean, he can't do nothing different. He could sit here and act like, oh, I got a plan B, plan C, plan D, blah, blah, blah. He can't do nothing different. There's one thing that he's coming to do. He's coming there to throw as many punches as possible, overwhelm me, make me tired, and, try to bully me. And I'm not going to let that happen. So I don't believe that. Here's the thing, and I want Jacob Panda, his coach, that translated for him. I want him to know that and tell him that too. I'm going to train my ASS off. I'm going to put, you can say it. I'm going to train my ass off, and I'm going to put in a lot of work. And come July 12th, he will have the best version of Shakur Stevenson. He will see.
Weighing in Oscar De La Hoya on the buzz surrounding Shakur Stevenson's style and the pressure to bring the fight. De La Hoya said Shakur now needs to prove to everyone that he's not just a runner, and he believes fans are in for a fun, intriguing clash. He praised Shakur as a masterclass boxer with a defensive style, but he made it clear it can be cracked with the right approach. In De La Hoya's eyes, William Zepeda has exactly the aggressive, high-volume style needed to break through Shakur's defensive.
I think he has a lot to prove. I think he wants to fight. He wants to fight for the fans. He wants to prove that he is not a runner. So I think it's going to be a fun fight. Look, it's interesting because Shakur Stevenson is a master class boxer. He has a style. He has a style that not many people can crack. Obviously, you can crack it. There's many ways of cracking that style. And I believe Zepeda has that style. Punches and bunches. I mean, he literally throws, 1,000 punches a fight. How is Shakur gonna overcome that onslaught of just relentlessness, round after round after round? So it's gonna be a very interesting fight.
Additionally, Oscar stated that he does not believe that Shakur is a fighter who avoids engagement. He states that Shakur has a lot to prove. He believes Shakur wants to brawl and fight and step in the ring with the purpose of delivering.
It's gonna be a fun fight. I think Shakur Stevenson is not a fighter to run anymore. I think he has a lot to prove. I think he wants to fight. He wants to fight for the fans. He wants to prove that he is not a runner. So I think it's gonna be a fun fight.
Meanwhile, Showbiz the Adult is backing William Zepeda for the win. He pointed to Shakur's long-standing hand issues, claiming they've been giving him trouble for 2 years now. Showbiz believes Zepeda's relentless pressure and volume will target that weakness all night long, forcing Shakur to deal with pain.
I'm going to put a big bag on Zepeda to beat Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson, hands are so fragile. Against Padley, he was shaking both of them going, this man, his hands either been getting surgery or been causing him to do this for about 2 years now. And it has gotten to a point where when you look at the pressure Zepeda gives and the mentality he's going to give, I'm going to keep putting the pressure on him. And he's going to keep hitting my elbows, my forehead, my chin down. I'm going to keep ripping, and he's going to try to, and eventually he's going to do this. And I'm going to stay on him. He's going to complain in the corner, say, I hurt my hand. And I'm going to stay on him until he quit on his stool.
In the end, all the talk, the jabs, and the doubts only add fuel to the fire that is set to erupt when Shakur and Zepeda finally square off. The stage is set and both fighters are promising fireworks. Let us know your thoughts in the comments section below. Are you backing William or Shakur? Now, if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a like and sharing it with fellow boxing fans. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon, and we will see you in the next video with more exciting updates.